Hello, and thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm Reverend JR, and today we're gonna take a look at this.
You know what that means? There's a saying we have in America. I'll tell you the saying. They say, I'll believe it when I see it. That's what they said.
I'm gonna leave my music playing here because they have a track that I believe might be copyrighted that I can simply cover up with it. So yes, here in America we say, I believe it when I see it, which is a way of saying, I don't believe what you're saying, but if you can show me it's true, I will believe you.
If you don't have something to show me, don't waste my time. I don't want to hear this Quran stuff. I'll believe it when I see it.
Sounds fair to me. Would you accept something as true without actually seeing it? Like perhaps a competing religion?
I had a student like that in college when I used to teach in college. I used to teach Arabic and most of my students were non-Muslims. And a guy came up to me and he said, Professor, I like Islam. I like it. It's cool. But I just, I haven't seen anything.
Which is actually the same reason you do not believe in Marduk, Quetzalcoatl, Isis, Ra, Thor, or any of the other gods that are not Allah, correct?
Can you take me like a jinn possession or something? If I could just see something, I'd be good.
I think that's a fair question to ask. Can you do that?
This surah, this beginning is the answer to that problem. Let me tell you, you guys have traffic problems in Malaysia, yes?
I wonder what traffic problems have to do with jinn possessions, or some other such thing. I believe we're going to see a fallacy of false equivocation here. Wait for it.
Does the news, the radio tell you about traffic problems?
Yes, it does. They can show me photos of the traffic problems. Can you show me photos of a jinn?
Yeah. So you're driving on the highway, and it's no traffic. Zero traffic. This is like amazing.
Well, there's part of the false equivocation. I've actually seen traffic before.
And you're flooring the car and you don't see any car in front of you. You turn the radio on and it says 2 kilometers ahead of you there's an accident, there's really bad traffic. If you can take an exit, take the exit. That's what the radio tells you.
Well, since I have seen that there is traffic before, and I believe the reporter to be credible, I might take that advice. However, I have never actually seen a jinn possession, so why should I take your word they exist when you can't show me they're real the same way as this reporter can? In fact, I could just drive up the 2 kilometers and see the traffic for myself. You tell me jinn are real, but you don't want to show them to me. That's the difference here. The news reporter will show me the traffic.
Do you see the accident? No. You don't see the accident.
Not to belabor the point too much, but if the news reporter claims there is an accident 2 kilometers ahead, I can drive up and see it. If you claim there is a jinn 2 kilometers ahead, can you show it to me?
But do you take the exit?
Again, the radio is generally correct and traffic accidents do exist and you can demonstrate them. Again, why are you so hesitant to demonstrate a jinn?
You listen to the radio and it says an accident, there's a 5-hour delay. Take the exit or no?
Yes, I would probably take the exit unless I had a vested interest. Say, for example, I knew that I was also being reported that the victim of the accident was related to me. Then I would most certainly go check it out.
Yeah, you'll take the exit. Maybe in America you'll listen to the radio and say, I don't listen to the kuffar, I'm gonna go into the traffic jam or something.
While it's true that most people, if they were going to be severely delayed, would indeed go around it, some people do want to see the accident. Apparently you've not driven in America that much, if you have never seen people stopping to gawk at an accident.
You'll take the exit. You know why? Because news came to you from a reliable source.
If there were that major an accident, even a minor one, I would be able to read about it the next day in the paper, online, or on the television. It's reliable because they can demonstrate it and we can see it.
The reporter sees something that you don't see, and you trust him.
However, and here's the major difference, I can watch the video, I can see what happened, I can go there myself if I really feel like it. We don't always trust news. In fact, that's why a lot of us are skeptical. However, there is very little reason to doubt that a traffic accident happened, as we have seen, or perhaps even been part of, traffic accidents in the past, and so we know it's a reasonable claim to make. If, on the other hand, someone said there were 30 pink unicorns on the interstate, and they were all flying 15 feet above the ground, and picking up cars and dropping them on the local cornfields, then I would have reason to be quite a bit more skeptical, and say I would believe it when I see it. Tell me, would you believe that without seeing it? The flying unicorns.
You don't say, these radio people. I will believe it when I see it. And you will go and get stuck in, I believe now.
You know you just defeated your own point, right? If someone is indeed skeptical of the traffic accident, and they get stuck behind it and see it, suddenly they generally believe in it. So again, we ask you, can you take us to a jinn possession or something?
There really is an accident. What's the point now, buddy?
Right, but you didn't show me a jinn, so I can't go, of course there is a jinn, I understand now. Even though there is a traffic accident you can show me, plain as day. You cannot show me the jinn in the same way.
Allah Azza wa Jal created human beings. Right?
Again, I'll believe it when I see it.
And human beings are able to think and understand things even if they haven't seen them.
Right, but generally we don't question things we've seen happen before.
Animals are not like that.
You know, it's true that most animals do not have our cognitive abilities, but whales use language. Chimpanzees and ravens use tools. Mice can use good reasoning. Bees have incredible memory and communication skills that we do not quite understand, and so on. They can't do things at the level we can, but they can still do them, because we all evolve in a similar way. Humans just happen to favor big brains.
If, for example, we made an announcement, brothers and sisters, please leave the building from this exit.
You didn't say why, and I don't know, because this is audio, if there is any special significance to that particular exit. But generally, yes, as a person who is logical and realizes that perhaps the show is finished, I might go out that exit. A person who likes order, I might follow that rule and just leave the exit.
If we made that announcement, we would start leaving from this exit. But if there was a cat in the building, if there was a fly in the building, if there was a dog, it would be a dog, but whatever, it wouldn't leave. Why not? It doesn't have the ability to understand speech.
You know, if there are people in your audience who don't speak English, and you told them to leave in English, they also would not understand you. Does that make them not human? Can you see the flaw in your argument? Or do I need to point your fallacy out more clearly?
But if an animal sees a fire, will it leave? When it sees a danger, will it leave?
And again, if I just happen to not understand whatever language you're speaking, and I see a fire, would I leave? Probably yes.
An animal will only behave when it sees, but a human being can behave when he understands, when she understands, right?
So what you're saying is a dog cannot learn to sit, because it cannot understand human speech. It cannot understand that there are certain things a person does that indicates certain things to other people or animals or whatever. A dog is completely incapable of understanding anything other than specific things it sees that humans did not teach it. See, that's why I think you're so very wrong here.
Allah says that He taught the Quran and He didn't give you anything else to believe. He gave you Quran's enough. Quran's enough for you.
Well, that's nice and all, but it clearly is not enough for everyone. Just because you assert it to be true does not make it so. Again, compared with your traffic accident, we can't really check on these jinn that claim to be there, can you?
You know, there are other small miracles here and there, but the main message of Islam is the Quran itself. The miracle is Quran itself. Why?
Or, you know, it's nothing at all like a traffic report because we can't see the things it claims are there. Again, do you believe in those flying pink unicorns I told you about yet? Or might you like to see them? Do you accept every claim ever made regardless of your ability to see it? Or do you want to see some claims? Do you just accept everything you hear? Or do you base the majority of what you understand on what you have actually seen?
Because human beings are human beings, they're not animals. You don't have to see to believe.
I don't know what your point is here, but I have seen humans before, and we are most certainly a type of animal. Again, to the average moderate religious person, this is not a problem. For you see, the average moderate religious person does not seek to do harm against animals either. I mean, just because a cat is your pet doesn't mean that you don't want to look out for it, just because it's not human.
You can think about it and you can believe. That's why he says, "Allama al-Quran," and what? "Khalaqa al-insan."
Oh, but you see, you can also think about it and not believe. That's the corollary. That's why we're asking you to show us something like a jinn possession, as you mentioned it.
He taught the Quran and he created the human beings. You people aren't animals. If you say, "I will only believe when I'll see," you're acting like a goat.
So you know, I was gonna point out that you should just believe any claim then that you can think about. But really, this is a little more subtle, because what you're saying is you don't actually have any evidence to show, and you're simply accepting this claim over other claims that you also say cannot have any evidence, or do not have any evidence to be shown. So from my perspective, if I can't see Jesus, and I can't see jinn, why would I believe in one over the other? And remember, you're not saying you have the evidence to show me. You're just saying I should accept it as true, regardless of the fact that you can't show it to me.
You're acting like a cow. You're acting like a monkey, but you're not acting like a human. A human being can reason. The Quran is appealing to reason.
No. If you are appealing to reason, then you will demonstrate your claim when requested to do so. Otherwise, you are being unreasonable. Pretend for a minute I said, well, I can't prove that pink unicorns created you, but pink unicorns definitely created you, and their adversaries are tiny little pixies. I can't show you these little pixies either, but they're there. And if you think about it, you'll clearly see these pixies all over the place. Now, are you going to accept that now that I've made you think about it? Or would you like to see those pixies? So that's all there was. If you enjoyed that, please be sure to click the thumbs up. If you didn't, click the thumbs down. Leave a comment down below and tell me your thoughts on this issue. Did I miss something simple? Do I need to make someone a sandwich again? And please remember to share this video with all your friends. There's nothing like sharing videos. Go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so already, because you know you want to hear more of my voice. And that's about it for today. Do be sure to keep your minds open when you're out there looking for things that no one wants to show you. And as always, this has been Reverend JR, signing off.